In the top stories, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew commends water service officials for discovering new groundwater source. Regionally, over 160 Haitians deported from the United States following end of TPS protection. And internationally, Iran faces greatest financial offensive from the United States since the start of the war between the two countries. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Monday, 24th August, and I am Jasmine Thomas. I would like to apologize for the break or the late start in the major newscast today due to technical difficulties. First, on the local scene. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says a new groundwater source discovered in Sadler's could produce nearly 500,000 gallons of water a day, significantly improving the water supply for communities across northeastern St. Kitts. Prime Minister Drew says water was successfully found at the first site drilled under the government's groundwater drilling program. The drilling team has already moved to Newton Ground as authorities continue to explore potential groundwater sites across the island. Chief Water Engineer Landreth Isaac says the groundwater program is part of a broader national strategy to increase water production and strengthen the country's distribution network. That strategy also includes the Bastia desalination plant, which was commissioned in February and added approximately 2 million gallons of water per day to the national supply. Isaac estimates that once the new groundwater wells are completed and integrated into the national system, St. Kitts could achieve approximately 99.9% 24-hour water service coverage. The potential impact can already be seen in Cayon. Isaac says residents there experienced significant improvements after a new groundwater well was commissioned in 2024. With communities that had endured years of shortages subsequently benefiting from continuous water service. The government says it hopes to replicate that success in other communities through the ongoing drilling program. Prime Minister Drew is commending Minister of Public Infrastructure, Energy and Utilities Conwys Maynard and the theme at the St. Kitts Water Services Department for what he calls their hard work, technical leadership, and commitment to addressing the country's long-standing water challenges. The Prime Minister says the objective remains clear: reliable 24-hour water service for people wherever they live in St. Kitts. The General Session of the 2026 American Society of Travel Agent Caribbean Showcase was held on Sunday, 23rd August at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort Ballroom, bringing together senior government officials, tourism leaders, and the travel industry professionals. Speakers and guests including Marcia T. Henderson, Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, International Transport, Employment and Labor and Urban Development, St. Kitts; Mark Brantley, Premier of Nevis; Dr. Kishore Shallow, Minister of Tourism and Maritime Affairs; St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Zavago Jolly, Minister of Tourism, Agriculture, Fisheries, Heritage and the Environment, Turks and Caicos Islands; and Luce Hodge Smith, Junior Minister for Tourism and Culture, British Virgin Islands. The session was hosted by Zane Kirby, President and CEO of Astor. Also in attendance was Gary Sadler, Executive Vice President for Sales and Industry Relations at Unique Vacations, along with tourism board officials, travel advisors, and industry partners from the U.S. and wider Caribbean. The general session featured destination presentations and travel advisor briefings, offering attendees valuable insight into the Caribbean's evolving tourism landscape and reinforcing the region's collective commitment to sustainable growth in the travel and tourism sector. The first batch of Taiwan scholarship recipients from St. Christopher and Nevis has departed the Federation for Taiwan. 23 students are heading overseas to pursue tertiary education, with Taiwan's ambassador to St. Kitts and Nevis on hand to see them off. 23 young Kittitians and divisions are on their way to Taiwan, where they will pursue tertiary education under the Taiwan Scholarship Program. The students departed the Federation Saturday from the Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport. Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, His Excellency Edward Tao, was at the airport to bid farewell to the first batch of scholarship recipients. In a brief statement, the Taiwanese embassy said it wishes all 23 students a safe journey and great success in their academic endeavors in Taiwan. Also on hand to see the students off was Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Lisa Pistano. The Association of St. Christopher and Nevis Nationals in Taiwan also welcomed news of the students' departure. In a message to the scholarship recipients, the association wished them a safe journey and said it looks forward to welcoming them to Taiwan. The scholarship program provides students from St. Christopher and Nevis with an opportunity to pursue higher education in Taiwan while strengthening the long-standing relationship between the two countries. For the students, the journey marks the beginning of a new chapter and an opportunity to gain skills and the qualifications they can eventually bring back home. And now for news on the regional scene. More than 160 Haitians have been deported from the United States following the end of temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of Haitian nationals. A plane carrying 161 deportees landed Thursday in Cap Haitien in northern Haiti, rather than Port-au-Prince, where ongoing gang violence has made travel increasingly dangerous, according to CBS News. The deportation flight comes after the U.S. ended its TPS protections affecting roughly 350,000 Haitians who had been permitted to live and work legally in the country. The U.S. government currently prohibits commercial flights to Haiti's capital because of security concerns, with the restriction in place through early September. And Guyana's Caroline Rodriguez Burkett has emerged as the leading candidate in the second informal United Nations Security Council straw poll in the race to become the next UN Secretary General. Rodriguez Skerrit, that is Burkett, received 8 encouraged votes, 3 discouraged votes, and 4 no opinion votes, according to results released by Guyana's Department of Public Information. She finished ahead of Rebecca Greenspan, who led the first round and received 7 encouraged votes, 4 discouraged votes, and 4 no opinion votes in the latest poll. A straw poll is an informal, non-binding vote used by the 15-member Security Council to gauge support for candidates seeking the UN's top post. Members indicate whether they encourage or discourage a candidate or have a no opinion. The U.S. Treasury Secretary has threatened Iran with the single greatest financial offensive ever, claiming the U.S.-Israel war with Iran was entering its end game. Scott Bessent said the U.S. would sever all economic ties with the country in an economic D-Day, and that any nation partnering with Iran financially would also be isolated. Bessent's threat to the Iranian regime follows several U-turns and extended deadlines from U.S. President Donald Trump's administration on previous threats. Iran dismissed Bessent's comments and said it would shut down all oil exports from the region if the war continues, according to news agency Reuters. The Iranian regime has also issued a new warning to shipping not to pass through the Strait of Hormuz without its permission, the agency reported. 1/5 of the world's oil and gas usually passes through Strait, a waterway south of Iran, but the flow has been effectively blocked by the country since the conflict began at the end of February. And still on the international scene, the UK is set to hand over blueprints for its British-French designed Storm Shadow cruise missiles to Ukraine, following a similar move from France, allowing Ukraine to produce the weapon domestically. The move sends an important signal showing that some Western nations are willing to share their expertise and know how to help Ukraine defend itself. But on its own, this won't dramatically alter the course of the war. Scalp and Storm Shadow missiles have already been provided by Kiev by both Britain and France. They have already been used to hit military targets inside Russia. And now for a look at the weather. Partly cloudy skies are expected across St. Kitts and Nevis today, with a slight chance of a brief shower. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a 60% chance of a brief overnight shower. Daytime temperatures will reach 28 degrees Celsius or 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east at 7 to 18 miles per hour with lighter spells at times. Seas will range between 2 and 4 feet. Sunset this evening is at 6:31 p.m., while sunrise tomorrow morning will be at about 5:56. That brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.